Yeah. We ain't done. Y'all know what the fuck it is, man. Let's go. Oh my God, it's that. I'm not even at my best yet. I can't slow down, it's a death threat. She said, oh, it's really cause of me. I'm like, yes. Diamonds in the cut, I ain't need a medic. Like a brown skin, big booty, yeah. And her name and legacy said, I'm not your girl. Don't call me a level, sorry, you right. That's my bad. That shit get tricky when you running out them bands and the crew really like me. I'm the man. I'm like, girl, I'm in the zone. I'm like, girl, leave me alone. We done made it all the way from basement home. So what the fuck do you want? Yeah. Like, girl, what you want? I told her do not call my phone. I told her do not call my phone. And now they all on my drip. Yeah. It's really all on my drip. Hey, we really all in the mix. Yeah. It's really all in the mix. Yeah. Oh my God, it's that. I'm not even at my best, yeah. I can slow down, it's a death threat. She said, oh, it's really cause of me, yeah. I'm like, yes. Said I'm not your girl, don't call me Alex. Sorry, you right, that's my bad. That shit get tricky when you're running out of bands and the crew really like me. I'm the man, I'm like, girl, I'm in the zone. I'm like, girl, leave me alone. We done made it all the way from basement home. So what the fuck do you want? Yeah, like, girl, what you want? I told her do not call my phone. I told her do not call my phone. You can't play with us. All my baddies by my side, I be whipping in that noodle. You can see me when I slide. All my baddies on my team, ain't no playing with my team. When I pull up to the scene, bitches all up on my okay, new slide. You know what I do, right? Yeah, she got a new vibe. All up on my new ride. Like, girl, what you want? We ain't got no problem. Girl, I don't want. You know what I want. I know what you want. Let's get what we want. I know that they talking. But I don't believe all the hype. They all on my drip. All in the mix. They all on my drip. They all on my drip, and now they all on my drip. It's really all on my drip. Wait, we really all in the mix. It's really all in the mix. Only if my God got this, that. I'm not even at my best, yeah. I can slow down, it's a death threat. She said, oh, it's really cause of me. I'm like,
all right, authenticate your birth certificate. Now you got, you want to learn approximately 250. All right, here. That ain't work. What you do now? Oh, no, you ain't get the embossing. Oh, that's another, I give you for 500. All right, get this money. What's next? Went there, took it to they rejected. Nah. You missed the bond paper. Give me $100. I'm gonna send you the special bond paper. Oh, okay. Hey, nothing still happened. No. See, we gotta dye the bond paper. It's a special dye that you gotta put on the bond paper. Oh, how much is the bond? Oh, that's only $175. It's a special dye because when they touch it, like, it got to process through the scanner in the system in a special way, the secret way. Okay, here's $175. Nothing happened. No, because you were supposed to put it on the tax form. You never said. I did. I said, remember, once you get all that stuff, you might have to come back to me for the taxes. You don't remember? I sent you the text. I didn't get no text. Oh, look, I've been dealing with so many people. Hold on, let me go ahead and type it up right quick. And then making sure like I didn't send it. I'm just gonna leave it in the box, but I'm not gonna send it. Hold on. See, it's right here. Oh, see, look. It never sent. I forgot to send it. Oh, well, how much is for the tax? $600. I'll do the tax for you. All right. Boom. Get it? Pay. IRS response. Courts have considered claims like yours to be frivolous. Look, we don't have to go far. Look.
Everybody that's trying to monetize their birth certificate bond, first you're going to need your QSIP number. So let's locate the QSIP number and find out how much the bond is worth.
What is that? Birth certificate bond. What is she doing? Going on the ancient old fidelity crap. What year is this? What do you know? 2023. It's about, it looks like Fidelity has found out people are aware of their birth certificates are worth money and block it. They don't understand how securities work. In order for security to have value, it has to be backed by a financial asset that is producing cash flow. As of the October 25th, 2015 statement, the plan is allegedly to pay out $108.32 in interest and fees The defendant creates money out of thin air and burdens the plaintiff through a debt slave. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? The vapor money theory. Yes. The vapor money theory. Oh, you ain't loan me nothing. You created out of thin air. You ain't really gave me nothing. I don't got to pay it back now. Well, when did you find this out? When I was $5,724 in debt? Well, why didn't you figure it out from day one after you read the contract? Oh, because I ain't give it. Before I filed my lawsuit, when I found out all the violations with them, you notice that it wasn't until I was ready to file the lawsuit that I even said, forget that, I'm not paying you. I even offered them $10,000 for the vehicle based on the violations. Like, if they would have agreed to that amount, there would have never been a lawsuit. Hey, here's some violations on you. Look, I know I'm able to prove this in court, so let me just give you $10,000 for the vehicle. Now, many people will be like, nah, don't give them nothing. But me, I believe in equity. I believe in equity going both ways. I believe in getting equity, and I believe in giving equity. I try to do the right thing when I can do it all the time. I always first, the corporate finance, you be in compliance the whole way. You do the right thing on your end, because when it gets in court, they can never say, well, you never paid back. You're delinquent. I can at least bring my arguments and say,
credit is savings, you trying to finesse interest savings. No, I couldn't let them get me caught in front of the house inside Mercedes Benz GLE was something wasn't right. I had to do it right. Yeah. Sent the email with the proof, then I filed a suit. Yeah, judge saw the evidence, then they called the truth. Just like that, gone. They settled quick, title on the way, and the debt was wiped away, and I ain't even had to pay. No, push the whip with a drip. You know I got the stick. You know I say the case. You know that they legit. Hey, Posey be the way. If you know how to play, get the win, drop order, then you get on out of the way. 50K right away. Thomas, I did it right. Now these haters gotta say that.
all right, authenticate your birth certificate. Now you got, you want to learn approximately $250. All right, here. That ain't work. What you do now? I will make my settlement with credit acceptance go so smoothly. It's because I showed good faith throughout the whole thing. I could have buried them alive, but I held back and I showed good faith. I could have put so much on the record against them that they knew I had, because I sent it to them in the email. I left it out. I didn't even talk about it. Oh, you made an appearance now? All right, I'm going here and withdraw my motion for entry or default. I didn't have to do that. They would have had to fight from up under that. I said, nah, don't worry, nah, we good. Hey, Jeffrey Gamble, since we talking, I'm gonna show good faith. I'm gonna withdraw that. Nah, I ain't gonna do that like that.
You're rocking with the
Oh man, I would have never did that. But guess what? They gave me everything I asked for in my proposal. They gave me everything I asked for.
Oh my God, this that. I'm not even at my best yet. I can't slow down, it's a death threat. She said, oh, it's really cause of me. I'm like, yes.
Thank you for your recent communication. We have reviewed our records in writing to provide you the following. We have closed your account and ceased collections. You have no further obligation regarding this account. See, when you're legally removing the underlying obligations, they're going to notify you. There's no, oh, we did this process, they didn't respond, it's done. Oh, we won, yeah. No. When it's legally done, you ain't got to worry about it. They're going to let you know. See, I didn't have to do an FDCPA claim. See, I just talk directly to them because we speak their language over here. Hey, if you wanted to go to court, if you want to take me to court, cool. This is how I'm coming. You're not going to be able to get around it.
And the thing about it is that I want to tell the class and whoever that's listening is that if you pay attention to the things that he teaches in this class and start taking notes, do your homework. Do your homework. You know, he can only lead a horse to water, but he can't make it drink. You have to drink yourself, okay? And I've missed, I've come down, I missed 85% of the classes and stuff, but I had the core things and the core principles down, and I read whatever he put out there. That's I throw it on my iPad and just start scrolling and reading, scrolling and reading, scrolling and reading. I want to say one thing. There is very little people that I have utmost respect for. And I'm not saying this to brownie point or anything because it makes no difference to me. I'm that cut and dry. Lamont is only one of maybe a handful of people, 5 people, that I have the utmost respect for what comes out of his mouth. And you got a great teacher.
We did it right. We did it right.
Credit acceptance was trying to finesse me, high interest savings. No, I couldn't let them get me caught in front of the house inside Mercedes Benz GLE, but something wasn't right. I had to do it right. Yeah. Sent the email with the proof, then I filed a suit. Yeah, judge saw the evidence, then they called the truth. Sleep just like that, gone. They settled quick, title on the way, and the debt was wiped away, and I ain't even had to pay. No, push the whip with a drill. You know I got the stick. You know I say the case. You know that they legit. Hey, proceed be the way. If you know how to play, get the win, drop order, then you get on out of the way. 50K right away. Thomas, I did it right. Now these haters gotta say that Thomas did it right. Go talk about what.
Let's go. You're rocking with the best.
I know they love, no they love, no they love, no they love, no they love. These what's on my body, we gotta get on. No they love, yeah. Ain't been too wonderful to camp. Got my teacher.
You're rocking with the best.
Started out with a stack of bills, hand-me-down suit, no fancy skills. Library card, late nights, cheap coffee, highlighting on every page he copied. No letters on the wall, just notes on the floor. Scratch math running down the old front door. Every question that the others left fade, he turned into a rule and a plan he made. Time to start to teacher, build it all from broken pieces. Read the books, the words got weaker. Turn confusion into secret.
You're rocking with the best.
Who's a mind behind the speakers? Tell them that's my quiet leader. Time and started teachers. He could turn a red line black in a week. Balance out the numbers while he barely speaks. Spreadsheets open like a map of his mind. Sees a hidden pattern where the rest go blind. Court dates circled in a second-hand phone. Drafts every filing like it's carved in stone. Plain white paper, but the case shines through. Judge starts seeing what he already knew. Time to start the teacher. Build it all from broken pieces. Read the codes, the words got clearer. Found the cracks and closed the leaks in every form, each line, each feature. He's a quiet, heavy thinker. Tell him that's my steady leader. Time to start the teacher's teacher. No cap, no down, no.
You're rocking with the best.
But he wrote every page. Self-taught, self-made, self-drive. That fire turned out into something higher. We don't just follow, we climb behind him. He draws a map, we rise inside it. Time to start the teacher. Build it all from broken pieces. Turn those late night scrolls and research into freedom, into defense. When they ask who shapes the future, who we call when things get deeper, we just point and say our leader. Time to start the teacher's teacher. Started with a stack of bills. Now he's signing better deals.
You're rocking with the best.
To the speaker. Time to start the teacher's teacher.
But they were in his classes. They didn't even know. They had to Google it while we was live. So you're teaching people about Forms 1099B and none of them knows the regulations that govern them? As soon as I bring it out, now people want to start reading the regulation. I swear to God, when I say I'm your teacher's teacher, I'm your teacher's teacher. The question is, if all these gurus on social media got the sauce, why aren't they attracting professionals? Professionals in those fields where they could come back and be like, yeah, what he's saying is absolutely right. None of them got professionals behind them, so it's all a theory. It's a belief system. That's all it is. They ain't got no professional they could be like, yo, you're right. None of them. They don't give a damn about what, someone on TikTok and social media who securitize their contracts or receivables. Why is it that all of them follow the same so-called rules? They all use the same script. They all file the same forms. They file all the regulatory form. Now, they may be deceptive as hell on those contracts, but why is it that if this was so many different ways to skin the cat, why are all of them following the same method? If it was 20 different ways to skin the cat, why is all of them following?
That's my teacher's teacher. That's my teacher's teacher, my God. He's a genius. Finance. Core filings.
You're rocking with the best.
Give me 1 second, y'all. We go to January. Is January 21 says 9,279.
I don't know. You go that statement which you attach.
Yeah, that's the same one. Yeah, that's the same one. There's absolutely no way impossible. You might be looking at a something, or that might have been probably some little miscellaneous cash out, but there's just no way in God's green earth that I made $700 in January.
No, I just want to. Okay, no, we need to understand, right? Each other.
Yeah.
So I can explain, right? So
okay, so
6 ways.
So January. Let me just add it. I got the numbers for you. It's over 48.
No, you don't need. I don't need all those stuff. I want to be what landlord asks question. I don't need all this. When I need, I will ask you, right?
I know, but you told me but you just said 2025. So I'm trying to get you 2025. I made almost like $200,000.
Because you don't send me some document, right?
Yes.
Forward email, correct?
Yes.
You go that email.
Yes.
Okay.
Let me
follow what you did. I'm not asking anything right now. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hold on.
And all the way after Cash App, they have a January 2026 monthly statement. Navy Federal, right?
Which January for Navy Federal?
After Cash App, that's what you're
right. So right, January $9,279.43.
Again, I'm not asking. Click that document, and when I'm opening that, the statement period saying 12/20/2025 till 1/19/2026. Okay, this is total 1 to 6 page. So every day checking how much you have. 351 member saving 831 total coming 1,187.
No, it comes in my saving. Everything comes through my savings. I transfer through the check-in. I don't keep nothing in my check unless I'm about ready to pay a bill. So you need to be looking.
I got it. So I'm looking what you send me. No?
I know, but let me ask you a question. You say you're looking at what you send me. You said, okay, so you're saying you're looking at what I sent you, right? And I'm looking at the emails that I just sent you to. And it's clearly, I know, it's clearly shows. It clearly shows. If you look at the deposits and credits, and you go from January.
Which month?
If you go to January, Navy Federal.
Yes, I'm in a January, correct.
January deposits and credits. I'm trying to get where you get $700 some at, because I'm looking at 9,000.
Okay. Yeah, you are right. No, I'm the same. We are looking at different line. I got it. So everyday checking deposit 5,000, right? And 3,785, correct? 9,279.
Yep. Now let's go to February.
Now you go to I got it. So this is for the January,
right?
And then you transfer all money to some another bank, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Now I'm coming to the conclusion, right?
Yeah.
Because we don't know all this. Here we're looking at exactly how much ending balance. Makes sense.
Right, because I move it. Navy Federal's my landing spot, and then I move it out. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't stay in Navy Federal for long.
Yeah, so this is here 1,187 if you're making X for us, not for you. You know where you keep the money, number one. Okay, I got it the January now. I go in a February. So February you make a 15,000, correct?
Yep, withdrawals and debits for 16,000 in February.
Yeah, so you withdraw more. So basically, technically, from the landlord, you're making a $374. Okay?
Absolutely not. Nah, he's looking at it wrong. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's looking at it wrong. Yeah, he's looking at it wrong.
No. Okay, you hear what I'm saying? What
I'm hearing what you're saying.
So we got that point, correct?
Now, yes.
I'm going to April. April, you're saying again,
hold on.
You have left over $608. Okay.
Yeah, but what's left over ain't got nothing to do. If what's left over, maybe after I take care of my obligations, I do this, I buy things. I just don't sit around and have my money just sitting elsewhere. I might have money sitting over here. I got money sitting over there. I just don't. Yeah, I'm not going to leave it in the check-ins.
Now pause.
Yeah.
We understand, right? You
right.
Better, correct?
Right.
Now, can you show me that bank? I can email you January, February, March, your account.
Right.
Everything is good what you're saying. Listen, one line only ask. I have to be another call on. So, okay, one thing that he see that you any chance.
Yeah.
January you send 10,000 in your saving bank. So you go in a saving bank, print the statement for 3 months. You will see 10, 12,000. It's not, you don't need to show where it goes on, right? You say you're putting in a saving bank, correct? So do you have anything like that or no? So I can.
Y'all looking at it. No, y'all not about to see where every single dime of my money go. You got $48,000 right now from January to April. If that's not good enough for you, then I'm cool. You got an extra 5, 6, 7,000, 68,000 dating back to November. If that's not showing I got sufficient income coming in, you're not about to see where's this account. Nah, y'all acting like y'all the IRS. I ain't doing that.
No. Okay, you don't
this what you know. I'm trying to work with you as well. You tell the landlord if $68,000 ain't good enough, then I'm cool.
So that's okay. Let me tell you, repeating that. Your statement we saw, you just say you transfer, right? We don't know, right?
Yes.
Just tell me.
Is that hold on? But yes, but let me just tell you this. Before, let's not talk about the transfer though. All right, but let's not talk about the transfer. Let's talk about what's coming in. 68,000 coming in. I'm on pace. I'm on pace to do $215,000 this year. This will be my 4th year in a row. Let's not play games now. All right. All right. All right. Thank you. The fuck? What?
You're rocking with the best.
The hell? Trying to see where this going, where nah, motherfucker, you don't need to see all that. Nigga, what you trying to put me on the IRS? Nah. It's the reason why I filed 0 returns, motherfucker. You ain't about to see where all my money really lands at. Shit. The government don't know what the fuck you think I'm gonna tell you for. They gotta walk away from that property. You got me fucked up. You know how much fucking back taxes I owe? I owe down there $1 million. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You tripping. Oh, show the account where you send it from, Dave. Absolutely not. If the fucking government ain't asking me about it, motherfucker, I ain't telling you. The fuck? You ain't about to give up my motherfucking sauce. Because all I'm going to do is write that shit off anyway. Write that shit down. That's all I do. I write, man, shit. I make no money on paper. I make no money on paper. Only time I make money on paper is when I need to do shit like that. You only see where the money comes in at. You don't see where the money goes. Write that shit. I will write that shit off as expenses. I will donate to a church. I do just like what the corporations do. Understate my income, overstate my liabilities. You goddamn right. You got me fucked up. Hell nah. Nah, you ain't about to see all that. You got 48. I'm showing you what I want to show you. $48,000 so far. Yeah. Hey, hello. Yeah, he got me fucked up. He talking about, oh, show the other account where the money goes after it leaves Navy Fred. You got me fucked up. You seen 65,000 dated back to November last year. Stop playing. If that ain't good enough for you, you about to see get all into my stuff. I told him, hell nah. You got 48,000 coming in. I sold you 48,000 from January to April. If that's not good enough for you, then I don't know what else to tell you, because I'm not showing you no other accounts. I'm not digging all in my stuff, motherfucker. You saying what, you the IRS? Yeah, I'm not doing that. So he said he's gonna go back talk to him. Then he was looking at it wrong anyway. They trying to see where it. So basically, you trying to see where does it go from here. Money just don't sit around in accounts forever. Motherfuckers got bills to pay. Motherfuckers got this to do. But I'm not. It don't just. I just take 8,000 and just sit it right over there. And if I did, motherfucker, you wasn't gonna see. You're not gonna see. You getting too far. I told you getting too far into my personal shit. Nah, we good. I'm good on that. If he can't take from the 65,000 for November, he talking about, well, he didn't see that he made money for 2025. I said, you didn't ask. I got 12 months of receipts for 2025. Hell, from January, February, March, that was 25,000, 27,000, and 20,000. That's over 60,000 in 3 months. What else you want to see from 2025? And I didn't work for the whole month of April, given to what happened with Mama G, and that still brought in 9,000. That's a slow month for me. I don't even know what he's asking for. That's the whole thing. His accent is so goddamn. I'm trying to figure out, but he's trying to the land. It's not him. It's the landlord trying to see where else all the money goes, and you absolutely not about to see that. That's none of your goddamn business where that money goes. I hide that shit very well. This is why I filed 0 returns. Absolutely not. Nah, you talking about, you're not about to see that. Man, the IRS get a whiff of that? Nah, hell nah. Hell nah. I ain't got no W-2 because the IRS can't track your money through your W-2. Your property's not under the jurisdiction of the government if you don't have a W-2. I'm not getting in that lane. You trying to make me a consumer. You trying to put me in the consumer. So is this the guy that called yesterday? Then why the fuck are we even wasting time with Vibs? No, he didn't. He already that you're yo. I'm thinking this is Vibs. I don't give a fuck about Vibs right now. No, this one is better. Give a fuck about Vibs. I gave him. Listen, I'm not about to sit here and stress and get down. I gave him the information I'm going to give him. I don't care about none of that other shit. He said he's going to call me back later. If he's not taking it, I am not digging deep into my stuff for him. Absolutely not. He want to see the other account. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Income deposits, income receivables. That's it. No, but this is the part. I told him all that. No bank asks for that. The only thing when you go look for things with a bank, the only thing they want to see is, of course, through your credit, how much money do you have coming in? Do you at least have 3 times the amount coming in? I sent you $48,000 from January to April. If that's not good enough for you, then hey, guess what? You can kiss my black ass. But I'm not even know why we focus on the secondary instead of the one that was already a BAM. And I'm not going to be worried about things that actually hasn't happened yet. I'm going to stay in the moment. This is not even the dude that we talked to yesterday. This is someone else. This is a secondary. I like to deal with primary. Who's the primary right now? The one from yesterday. Everybody else after him is secondary. So we got to learn how to start putting things in context and putting things in an order of operation. Primary is BAM. Everybody below the primary is secondary. So I'm not going to give the attention to the secondary that I'm going to give to the primary. The primary is the focal point. All right. Yay. Yeah, it's the primary. Fuck Vibs. If that's not good enough, then fuck you. I like the other one better. It's better than that shit. Right. I don't even want to go there anymore anyway. Man, fuck no. Fuck no. If we already got one, we got one here. And you're putting yourself in too many different situations. Like it's like you're that's why that's caused stress when you're trying to focus on 5,000 things at once instead of putting things in the order of operations. Which is most important right now? What is the most important thing to put my energy into right now? Yes, everything is secondary. We don't got all this energy to keep floating around and putting in every single thing. We got to focus on one thing at a time in life. Can't focus on things that hasn't happened yet. We can't create events in our heads. And we can't think about things that are not right there in front of us. Oh, what if? I don't live on the what ifs. I live on what's going on right now. I prepare for the future, but I'm not going to be sitting there creating events in my head. What if this don't work? What if this don't work? What if this don't work? I don't live like that. I don't think like that. I think of right now in the moment. What's in front of me? What can I control? Everything that's within my control, I'm going to be on top of it. If it's out of my control, I am not going to stress over it because stressing doesn't change the situation. Hey, if me worrying is going to change the situation, then I will worry to Jesus Christ comes home. But if I'm stressing over it and it's still not changing the situation, it's a waste of energy. All right, so call me back. All right. Sheesh. Damn. Well, this live stream got off to a took a turn of events. All right, so we got 3 bidders. We got three people interested in this property. We got 3 people that has agreed. So we got 3 selections, and now it's a bidding war for our service. One property owner already agreed to enter to the contract with me. We already agreed. He's like, yeah, we can do that. My wife calls me about a potential one. And the one that we're already in agreement with, that house is better than this one. So I'm thinking the guy that said y'all good, I'm thinking he's calling asking this stuff. This is a secondary one. The house is better than the one I'm on the phone talking to Vibs with. So I'm now like, why the fuck I'm even talking to you? I don't even give a fuck about you no more because I got a better deal over here. It's business. That's how business goes. It's no feelings in business. And if you heard me on the phone, that's how I am with these people. You're not going to dominate the conversation. You're not going to do none of that shit. I'm in control of this shit. I'm dominating the fucking conversation, and I'm going to dominate wherever it goes. I'm not playing second fiddle to no one in the transaction. I don't, and this is what I'm trying to tell everybody else. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. You got to have that dog in you when you talk business. Because number one, these people don't give a fuck about you more than they give a fuck about your kids. It's all money. I don't give a fuck about these people either. We not friends. We not buddies. We are in a business agreement. And if I have to chop your neck off to get the advantage and put me and my peoples in a better position, I won't hesitate to chop your fucking head off. There are no friends in business. I don't even go into business with family or close friends. I don't go into business. Want to know why? Because I'm not going to treat them like a family or a friend in business. It's going to be strictly about the money. Strictly about upholding your end, upholding my end. And there's going to be consequences if you don't uphold your end, and you're not going to use that we're family or we known each other for a long time to evade accountability. Because I don't play about that money. It's one thing I don't play about when it comes to that money. Don't fucking play with my money. Now, hey, if Federal Reserve notes ain't have no fucking value, and I can write a bonded promissory note, and you can send a bonded promissory note to me and show me how to get it cashed, then hey, by all means, let's just move on this imagination credit and all that shit. If there was really a way that I could write a check out of thin air with no real assets of value backing it, and I could still get goods and services, don't you think I would be doing that? Don't you? Like, people think that I don't want that shit to be true. People think that I don't want that shit to be true. I wanted everything about the sovereign citizen community to be true. I wanted it to be true. I wanted it to be true. So this is why I did my investigations into it, because I wanted to confirm if it's true. And the mere fact that it wasn't true was reasons that I said, Want to know why I said, Because I'm not going to jeopardize my family. I'm not going to jeopardize my family by jumping out there on some shit that I know can backfire and put me, not only me, but my family at risk. And that's the problem with a lot of people. You think that just jumping out there, playing games with these people, and nothing's going to happen. I'm not going to play games and do no shit like that. And none of you should as well. None of you should as well. If you can't prove it from a legal standpoint, that legally this is recognized. So if they don't honor it, you can take them to court and sue them. Now, you notice how they never ever in their lives reject Federal Reserve notes? Huh? They never reject Federal Reserve notes. Why don't they reject Federal Reserve notes? Because they will be in trouble if they reject Federal Reserve notes. Because they know Federal Reserve notes are the legal tender of the United States. And negotiable instruments are not. See, this is a Supreme Court case that I'm talking about now with the negotiable instruments. And the Supreme Court justices did a great job in breaking it down. It was a 1986 case. I told you the legal court research is impeccable over here. This case came out a year before I was born. And it was the landmark case dealing with promissory notes. And they was split. There was dissent, and it was a landmark case on this case. The landmark case that set the tone for negotiable instruments. Now, we can get into that case, but we're not going to get into the case for nothing. If we can get sufficient support on the Cash App, then we'll get into that case. Because obviously, it was a case that everybody should know. And I don't always cite cases, or when I'm talking, I don't always, like, I'll tell you something's wrong, but I won't tell you from a regulatory standpoint and a legal reason why it's wrong. Sometimes I'll just tell you you're wrong, not knowing I can prove that you're wrong from court and a regulatory standpoint. See, I'm not always going to tip my hand and tell you why you're wrong, because for most people, you're putting yourself out as an expert. You're supposed to be able to know you're right and be able to prove it from a regulatory and a legal standpoint that you're right. It's not for me to prove from a regulatory and a legal standpoint that you're wrong. I can just tell you you're wrong. You have to come with evidence now to prove that you're right. See, when I say I'm right, I got evidence to support that I'm right. Like, prime example. Let me give you an example. There are very few things that I'm going to say out of my mouth that I can't prove. And I think if you've been around long enough, you should know that. And this is why they can't come and say your accounting's wrong. They can't come say, oh, you're wrong. There is no case law on accounting. You don't know what you're talking about. There's no case law. You're making it up. You're making it up. See, the reason why there's no case law for them, Because once again, they operate from a consumer lens. There's never been a case law dealing with accounting that 100% deals with consumer transactions. In order for you to even bring up accounting in a consumer transaction, it has to, you don't even get to the accounting unless you have a valid reason why you're bringing up the accounting. And why are you bringing up the accounting? Ask yourself that question. What end goal is it to me why I'm bringing up this accounting? Am I bringing up this accounting because I want to prove that I don't owe the debt anymore? Because if that's your angle, you've already lost. The mere fact that you're bringing up the accounting to prove that you don't own the debt anymore, you already lost your case. You already lost your case. So when I say, like the other day, we went to trial, if you look there, Westlake quit during trial. They quit at trial. Remember I told you the threshold of these finance companies, they know how far they'll take it. They're like, okay, if this goes to trial, we can tap out here. But that doesn't mean we have to tap out now, because what if they don't understand the procedures? What if they don't respond according to the court rules? What if they don't understand the rules of evidence? What if they don't understand the nuances of court? We know that we won't be able to prove this at trial. We know we won't be able to prove this at trial. We know we won't be able to prove this at trial, right? But if they don't know how to carry their case all the way through trial, then hey, and this is where they get a lot of pro se litigants. Non-suit. Yeah. Non-suit. Warning that non-suit. Stopped it. Bam. And Westlake, what did they do yesterday? This is else what they did. This is an indicator. This is a clear indicator that it's over with. Remember, I showed y'all the same thing with credit acceptance. Remember, if you're in the Supreme Elite Team group, I showed you another one. I sent to him. I say, listen, I have no issue with you, but I just don't want to deal. I don't want to finish with this transaction anymore. It's no beef with you. But how about this? I'm gonna make my payment, and that's it. I'm not paying you no more. Don't revolve the card. That's it. Just let it go away. Just let it go away. So they didn't hear. So I didn't even use the card, and they tried to charge me interest on the card. I get that annual. So I said, now you're not getting payment, number one. You're not getting payment, number one. And number two, now this is what you're going to do. This is what you're going to do now. You're going to remove that debt, whatever that interest that you charge me, and you're going to remove it from the credit. You're going to stop reporting. You're going to just remove it. Now, if you don't do it, you know, those extra, that principal and interest payments that you're doing, you know, you're not dealing with the average consumer. I know that 2% of the interest is actually going towards you, the real use of credit, in which you didn't loan me, but that's okay. I'll still treat you like you loaned me the money. I don't care. I know you didn't loan anything to me, but I'll still treat you like you did. And all that, those extra payments you're being used to purchase more receivables. So if you use more receivables to purchase, using my money to purchase more receivables for your trust, now you see where this is going? See, don't make me just go file bankruptcy for the hell of it. Because when I file bankruptcy, I'm not filing bankruptcy to stage off a foreclosure. I'm not filing bankruptcy to stage off the repossession. I'm filing bankruptcy. Boy, the truth gets far more sinister. When I file bankruptcy, I'm filing bankruptcy to collect. I'm filing bankruptcy to walk away with something out the deal. I don't file bankruptcy out of desperation. When I file bankruptcy, I'm dragging you motherfuckers into involuntary bankruptcy. When I file bankruptcy, we putting that real, yeah, this is actually what you owe me. Yeah. Here. See, there's nothing that I'm not going to do that's not going to be beneficial to me. Now, being beneficial, not having to pay the debt is beneficial. Once again, this is after the case. After they dropped the case. After they backed out at trial. After they backed out at trial. See, these are what the gurus are not going to show when they talk about I discharged the debt, or the debt was legally, or that 1099-C. See, they'll show you the 1099-C, but what they won't show you is the credit report reflecting that I either paid as agreed, or it's over with, or something. See, they have no problem showing you. They have no problem showing you the 1099-C. See, they got no problem showing you that. They got no problem. Now, let me see if I can show you an example. Okay. See, they got no problem show you. Yeah, we got an example. You know these people, boy. They clips for days. They clips for days. They got clips for days. Let's see if I can go here. I'll just go here for a second and just do this.
So they took away the 3-minute button and left us with a 10-minute button. That's okay, because I'm about to run it. Because guess what, bitch? I'm back. And forget this time. I was in my cocoon. I was learning. I was educating, focusing on money, things like that. And healing, most importantly, because as long as we're alive, we're healing.
Now, let's stop right here. I got 2 of these in the mail today. I've already filed my taxes. What's my next move? You got to amend your taxes and file that other. I'm going to show you exactly what you got to do. Matter of fact, no need to worry, sweetheart. See, when I'm going to tell you what you got to do, this is not what they want. This is not what they want to hear, because they don't want to hear, because that means that their processes ain't work. So this is what you're going to have to do, sweetheart. You're going to have to put that right there. There you go. That's where you put it. There you got to put that 1099. That 1099-C, you got 2 of them. You got to put that 1099-C right there. Now, what does this say right here? Additional income. So it's not about what the process you do. It's how the IRS treats it. The IRS treats 1099-Cs as additional income. The IRS treats the 1099-C as income, because the debt that you didn't pay and they gave up collecting, that means the IRS says, since you didn't have to pay those amounts back, that's income to you. And you must report that income on a what? Schedule 1. And they got the word already for you right there. There you go. Cancellation of debt. That's where you put your 1099-Cs. Now, the amount of your 1099-C, remember the ones that they said, oh, remember they had this before? $246,000. Cancellation of debt, 1099-C. Guess what? Oh, move too fast. I'm moving too fast. No, that's not a reduction. It's not a reduction. You got to put that mortgage. Remember that cancellation of debt that dude showed on it? 1099-C. That's where you got to put that mortgage. Now that IRS is going to tax you on your additional income. Now, this is this is another one that they're not going to like. This is another one they're not going to like. They ain't going to like this form. They're not going to like this form because this form they're not going to like this form. See, this form brings shit back into reality. See? There you go. So if you don't want to have that income, there you go. Now, here you go. The amount by which you benefit from the discharge of indebtedness is included. Generally, the amount by which you benefit from the discharge of indebtedness is included in your gross income. So the amount of this, I don't think I got to share my screen again. I hate when it does this. I hate when it does this. So the amount of this screen, this right here, to see this 1099? See, the amount of that has to go here. So you got to put it there. See, what they're not going to do, they're not going to show you shit like this. Oh, shit, it worked and they removed it. So they're not going to show you that. They're going to show you how the 1099-C, yay. But, however, under certain circumstances described in Section 108, you can exclude the amount of discharge indebtedness from your gross income. See, they do IRS processes, but they're never consulting with the rules to see how the IRS is going to treat it. They all think the government operates based on their sovereign citizen scamming processes. It's not what you file, it's how you file it. It's not what you call yourself, it's how you're treated. Now, the election to reduce the basis of depreciable property, you can file it for that. Right? Now, if the discharge debt you are excluding is qualified residence, then it has all that. You see this? Non-business debt. You had it, these are all the other, all the other things. Now, these goes into the business side of it. Any other debt should be excluded. If it's for real property use, net operating loss carry over. Like if you got a net operating loss for that year, basically any passive activity loss for that year, any foreign tax credit carryover from the year. See, this is all dealing with if you taking a loss on the property anyway. So the debt was discharged, but you took a loss. See, keyword, loss. Okay, you get what I'm saying? Now, here you go. This is what, when you get a 1099-C, and let me back that up. If their process really worked, they wouldn't get a 1099-C. They'll just be getting this. Or they'll be getting a letter saying they have no more obligation to the account. They'll be getting something like this. They'll be getting something like that, them recognizing you don't owe us anymore. Or they'll just send you some shit like this. It's removed, over with. No. Not with these people. Their 1099-Cs, as mentioned here, means the only way they're not going to exclude as income whether it's business property, you got investment property, but we know none of them are in that realm. We know that they ain't got applied for that passive activity loss. You took a loss on the property anyway. Nah. They ain't property owners. So we can exclude that. This is how you're going to have to get out of it. The insolvency exclusion doesn't apply to any discharge that occurs in a Title 11 case, aka bankruptcy. It also doesn't apply to a discharge of qualified principal residence indebtedness unless you elect to have the insolvency exclusion apply instead of the exclusion for qualified principal resident indebtedness. Check the box on line B1 if the discharge of indebtedness occurred while you were insolvent. That is the main reason right there for their 1099-Cs.
You're rocking with the best.
Right there. That right there. That's them right there. That's them right there. If you were insolvent. So if you didn't get it removed from your credit report and a notification that you don't owe anymore, number one, or if you got a 1099-C and they just sent you a 1099-C, that means you have to put that addition, you got to file that on your Schedule 1 as additional income unless you file Form 982 explaining to the IRS that you were insolvent. You were insolvent to the extent that your liabilities exceeds the fair market value of your assets immediately before the discharge. Examples: you were released from your obligation to pay your $5,000 amount credit card. The fair market value of your total assets immediately before the discharge was $7,000 and your liabilities were $10,000. You were insolvent to the extent of the $3,000. You see that? So now that I laid a foundation, just know a 1099-C means they gave up on collecting the debt. Their processes didn't work. They didn't honor them. So they sent them a 1099-C. Now they must report that as additional income on their Schedule 1 unless they file Form 982 telling the IRS, I'm insolvent. See, them filing this form, they're going to file this form behind the scenes. They're never going to file the form and put it on social media like, yo, because everybody will know none of that shit worked. You couldn't even afford your bills. Now you got to let the IRS know you're insolvent. See, this is the stuff that they're going to do behind the scenes, but they'll never tell you that they're going to file this form.
We know that. But today,
oh, shit.
So they took away the 3-minute button and left us with a 10-minute button. That's what I forget this time. I was in my cocoon. I was learning. I was educating, focusing on money, things like that, and healing, most importantly, because as long as we're alive, we're healing. We know that. But today, yeah, I got some shit for y'all today. Cancellation of debt. I know a lot of people talk about the cancellation of debt, the 1099-C form, right? Now, when I first looked at the 1099-C form, I'm like, this involves some type of cooperation with the creditor to get them to say that the debt is canceled. And that's the problem. That's why we be rescinding our car contracts and shit like that, finding other loopholes out of it. But I learned something new. As a debtor, a consumer, we are able to cancel debt. All we need is proof that the debt has been canceled. So, for example, on your credit report, you know how it say, oh, this account has went into...
Wrong. You cannot unilaterally cancel debt. Once again, I thought she looked at the 1099-C form. See, I told you, everything that they do or say is going to be based on a passed down process. It's never going to be based on a proper interpretation of the rules and following the regulations. It's never going to be that. Now, she said, right? So let's just say Who must file? Because I think that would clarify her saying as debtor. Who must file? Let's see. The following, in addition to the general rules specified above, the following rules apply. If there are multiple owners of undivided interest in a single loan, such as in a pool, fixed investment trust, or other similar arrangements, the trustee, record owner, or person acting in a similar capacity must file Form 1099-A on behalf of all owners of beneficial interests or participations. Now, record owner, meaning in order for them to file a 1099 on behalf of the record owner, that means the owner must be registered on the books as having a beneficial interest or undivided interest in the participations or the fixed pools. Where is the borrower on a consumer contract? Where do they fit in that equation in which the finance company recognizes them as being part of the record owner? If they're relying on you to make your payments so they can pay their debts and they're foreclosing on you when you don't pay, how do they recognize? Does it actually, let's just be honest, does it look like you're being recognized as the record owner? Does anything say the borrower can just unilaterally cancel debt?
Has been canceled. So, for example, a debtor, a consumer, we are able to cancel debt. All we need is proof that the debt has been canceled. So, for example, on your credit report, you know how it say, oh, this account has went into collections and someone this was a loss to the business, basically, because that's what collections mean. I mean, okay, we washed our hands with it. Okay, it basically would be an act of us doing it for them while still having that proof on the credit report, like, hey, y'all canceled this debt, right? Hey, because as a debtor, you're supposed to receive copy of that when it has been canceled.
Who must file? See, there's a difference between what she's saying and what the IRS is saying. And this is why people don't like me, because what people are saying sounds hopeful. It gives a lot of people hope. What I'm saying is like, damn, this not adding up. See, that I told you, the number one mindset for a lot of people is just getting out of a goddamn debt. That's it. Not how we gonna go about it. How's it gonna be legally recognized? Just get me out of it. Now, that's cool if you actually know how to legally get yourself another out of debt. Because we done proved that all 2026 this year. I mean, we've been spanking. It's been well over $100,000 in debt that we didn't have to pay back, all because of what we know.
You're rocking with the best.
All because of what we know. We didn't even have to come out of pockets. All we had to do is just understand the game. See, what I teach at SETU, it saves you money. Or what saves you money? In this case, only one form for each borrower must be filed. So, government unit. So if you're multiple owners of a single loan, you or the trustee or someone acting on your behalf can file it. Lenders, a subsequent holder, governmental unit. Now, I find the 1099-A process to be one of the most intriguing and interesting processes ever. Why? Is because nothing, and I mean nothing, of what they said about how the 1099-A is used, nothing was ever, I mean, it was never remotely close to reflecting the rules and regulations that govern the use of a Form 1099-A. I actually found it to be astonishing how, like, how can we be just so far off? And that's when I started to realize that, oh, many people don't really care about what the rules say. They care about just, can someone tell me something that sounds good to my ears? But let me paint a better picture for you. I think I'll be able to paint a better picture for you. If you just bear with me for 1 second. I think I'll be able to paint a better picture for you. I'm pretty sure that I can. I'm not, I don't think I'll let you down on this. Let me see if we can give you an example on what's being said versus what the actual IRS says, because I think that's important. I think for everybody that's listening, everybody in this space who's going to watch this video later on, I think what we need to start doing is we need to start looking at what we are doing from a regulatory lens. Meaning, what am I, before I send it off, before I send this off, is what I'm doing, is this in line with the rules and the regulations? And is this going to be recognized? Can this legally be recognized? I'm trying to figure out why is that, like, why is that a hard concept to understand?
Upon.
Okay, so you remember this? I'm sorry. Are the people, this is the skip the boss method. Now, how did I get this? Because someone who used to follow him sent me his stuff. Said he spent so much money with him and nothing happened. I got another email from a person saying Skip the Boss just scammed 8 people out of $3,000 and he was trying to tap into my bank account now. I put a block on it because he asked for social security numbers, stuff, so he was trying to go into it. How do I know this? I'm not going to make it up on the brother. Someone literally sent me an email. I still have the email to this day. That's why I made that video. That are in vulnerable or desperate financial situations. I'm telling you, that's the only ones. Anyone in their right mind would know that this had no chance of, for processing your documents. This is why I call this shit a disease. The poverty mindset, a disease. So if you look on this paper, it says individual, first name, middle name, last name, beneficiary. When done correctly, the lender's name will look like first name, middle name, last name, beneficiary. Again, if it's not submitted like this, it will not be accepted and your bills will not be paid. See, where is anything about that? Notice how you got to do it like this. But did they ever explain and have like a regulation or an instructions to the forms or the governing regulations? Because it looks like this. When to file. In the calendar year which you acquire an interest in the property or first know or have reason to know that it's been abandoned. An abandonment occurs when the objective facts and circumstances indicate that the borrower intended to and has permanently discarded the property from use. Now, can I ask you one question? What does, when done, your bills will not be paid if you don't, what does paying your bill with the use of a 1099-A, how does that align with what the IRS is saying right here? Did you get, you see, I'm trying to figure it out. Because why would you ever take the advice of anyone over what the IRS says when the IRS are responsible for processing these documents?
You're rocking with the
Wouldn't you want to have
best.
your forms lined as closely as you can up with the proper IRS regulations so you can have a chance of having your documents processed correctly? What's wrong with that question? What's wrong with that question? What? Why am I the bad guy for saying that? Why do we think that there's a separate system to recognize our theories, and there's a system for everybody else who does things the normal, correct way? Why do we have to be so different? Why can't we just follow the normal rules and don't do things that's going to stand out? Why would you go start doing whoop-de-doos and underlays for the overplays and mixing all this around when the IRS is telling you not to do it? So the students are putting all their faith in the team. If I can afford it, I just would have fucking did it myself. Why am I paying to do that? See? Hold on. Let's go back here. Is that you? I mean, all you students, is that your legal position? For each borrower, if you lend money in connection with your trade or business and in full or partial satisfaction of the debt, you acquire an interest in a property that is security for the debt. You have reason to know that the property has been abandoned. You need not be in the business of lending money to be subject to the reporting requirement. So let me ask everybody else. Now, I know they say we're the legal, we the lenders, they're really the creditors. A lender and creditor, debtor, creditor, is a legal relationship established by an agreement. What expressed agreement? There's no implied agreement when it comes to debtor, creditor. What expressed agreement do you have with the mortgage company or the finance company that says you're the lender and they're the borrower? The answer is none. So now that we got that out the way,
Me from the IRS, but my bad, y'all thought I was done. The real problem is the creditors are not reporting to the IRS that these debts are canceled. Instead, they're reselling the debt to agencies and collection.
Well, okay, so it says this. Let's go back up here. I got 2 of these in the mail today. They gave my daughter one, taking almost $7K from her. I'm trying to get her $7K back. Good luck. It's another one. According to the UCC laws, we have an unlimited amount of credit and no debt. According to the UCC laws, this is how far gone people have gone when they come to these spaces and just regurgitate what someone else tells them. The UCC laws has nothing to do with your creditor. It has nothing to do with you having unlimited amount of debt, limited amount of money, a limited amount of credit. Ask yourself this question. Everybody in these comments here, and you in your everyday life, can you show me where your unlimited amount of credit is? Or why is it so hard for you to access it if you're legally entitled to it? Huh? Where's this unlimited credit at? Please, let me know. Somebody tell me where the unlimited credit's at. You can cancel the debt, but you will get audited the next year. So get an LLC, sell the debt to your company, and file bankruptcy. What I tell you, every process is a scheme. It's a scam. It's a end around. It's never a legitimate process straight up from top to bottom that's going to produce measurable results that are recognized, that are certified, and you can walk away free and clear. There isn't one. So now that we're done with the 1099-C, because we pretty much know what that is, I think we all understand what the 1099-C is. Excuse me, bring TikTok in here. I should have brought him in here earlier because there's still these 1099-C people. Yo, it's gotten so bad. I'm telling you, the economy's messed up. They got this new virus floating around. You heard about that hantavirus? I'm gonna do more research on that hantavirus, but it look like it's spreading fast. So y'all be safe out there. Y'all be safe out there, because I don't know too much of it. I don't know too much of it, and they're trying to keep everybody calm, but I think it's it's already spread. It's already in different countries. So I think it's going to be badder. I mean, worse than what we think. Y'all, you might have to go back to the masks. We might have to go back to it. I don't know. Keep our fingers crossed. But once again, y'all, we gotta, do the best we can and just take it day by day. So what we have here is a mortgage case dealing with the use of a international promissory note. Now, why am I bringing this up? Because just like clockwork, just as the sun shines, sun sets in the east, rays in the west, sets on the east, whatever the story goes, we have people on TikTok talking about discharging your mortgage, never showing the satisfaction of lien, never showing the satisfaction of lien, and people that say it worked for me. Okay. So where's the discharge? Where's the international promissory note? Where's the international promissory note? And this one right here, this is UK. This was a UK. This happened in the UK. What does the US have similar to this? Absolutely nothing. See, it's the UK. See, they just post stuff to get shock value out of you. They don't really understand what they post. They just to get attention. I'm telling you. Look. I'm not here to say he doesn't know what he's talking about. But I do see a lot of his wins that are like a lot of email wins. I call this a lot of email wins. I don't know why. A lot of email wins. So
TikTok, top of the top. It's the end of 2024. Pause the screen and please read as you will see how mortgage discharge process works. Yet again.
So here's the thing. He said his mortgage discharge process works. So remember I told you a lot of email wins. We did it. It worked. Yay. Woo. You notice how you see a lot of email wins. You don't really see wins like a satisfaction of lien. Hold on. Shit. You don't really see a real satisfaction of liens. You don't really see those type of, we did it, we won, and then here's the satisfaction of lien to prove it, or documents a letter saying the foreclosure sale has been canceled, like which I have as well. You didn't see. When I tell you I was intrigued by the Zoom class where you went to great detail about how the promissory note paid our homes off, I was like, no way. But then you provided proof, and I went back and sure enough, found out, asking my lender for the original, and they blatantly said your promissory note isn't attached to your mortgage anymore. That's legal. That's legal. Since then in the 1800s. The promissory note does not have to be attached to the mortgage. The mortgage follows the note. So if I sell the note, the mortgage automatically follows. I can put the note over here and put the note over there. Case law. So the note and mortgage was split, bifurcated. That argument is at least 100 years old. Because if I sell a mortgage note, if I sell the note, the mortgage that's securing the note automatically comes with me. Automatically comes to the next party. So that's a red flag. You said your promissory note isn't attached to your mortgage anymore. Then I knew you weren't lying. What? A little over 4 days ago, while I was at work, I got a voicemail stating that my mortgage was paid in full and to follow the necessary steps to obtain the title deed from the county records. That's another red flag. Why? Watch this. After a mortgage is paid in full, what typically happens? See, with many people, when they read messages like that, they're not expecting people to actually take what they're saying and break it down. They use like the shock. Oh, my mortgage paid off. Oh, the note paid it off. Oh, I don't have to pay out of pocket for this 30-year mortgage. That's all what they expect to focus on. But when I run across it, I'm taking the message, the email, and I'm breaking it down from a legal, court and legal lens, corporate finance lens, and a regulatory lens. When you pay off your mortgage, your lender releases their legal claims to your property, and you transition from making monthly payments to the banking to managing home ownership expenses like taxes and insurance independently. Lien release. Your lender is responsible for notifying the local county recorder's office that the loan is satisfied. This removes the lender's lien for your property, giving you a clear title. You should receive several key documents from your lender, typically within 30 days, which is a satisfaction of mortgage or deed of reconveyance, like I just showed you. Canceled promissory note, the original loan agreement marked paid in full, or final payoff statement confirms zero balance. So let's go back to what it said here. That's normal. That's typical. They do that. And if you think, or you just did Google, if you look here, look, it got all TransUnion. Look, you want me to go with what you want to do? Bank rate? Look, it's 18 sites. Chase Banks, right here. Let's go with Chase Bank. So you want to be like, oh, you just got it off Google. You don't know what he's doing. Here's what happens after you pay off your mortgage. Within 10 days, we'll send you confirmation by letter and or email that your loan's been paid in full. Keep this for your records. If you overpay, we'll let the county know that your loan is paid off. The lien release will sometimes a copy of the lien release automatically been sent with you. Check with your county bureau office to confirm. Time frames vary from county. County may take. Yeah. So if we go here, it says, then I got a voicemail stating that the mortgage is paid in full. They don't send you a voicemail. They send you legal documentation. Let's go back to a Chase Bank. We'll send a document that indicates your mortgage is paid off.